This is UNN Urban Network News. I'm Alexander Caden, and here's a couple of things happening in the news. A police officer in Alabama has been disciplined after he arrested a black woman at her home because she refused to show him her identification while she was inside her house. The Tennessee legislature passed a bill that allows faculty and staff to carry concealed handguns in schools. Strong opposition is brewing against President Joe Biden's invitation to deliver the May 24th keynote speech at all-male HBCU, Morehouse College in Atlanta. There's another lawsuit from one of Kanye West's former employees at the short-lived Donda Academy, claiming that Kanye treated his black staffers worse than his white staffers, and he's the second former employee who's telling the same story. Drake was forced to remove his tailor-made freestyle diss track from his social media pages after receiving a cease and desist order from Tupac Shakur's estate. Days after the traditional presidential council was installed in Haiti, the list of demands on the Caribbean nation's new leaders is rapidly growing. And of course it would. Haitians want security, food, jobs, and they want it now. But we think they're going to have to wait and let the government deal with the real problem, which are the gangs. I think somebody in government needs to rethink AI because police arrested a Baltimore high school athletic director after they said he allegedly used artificial intelligence to create a phony audio recording of the school's principal making racist comments against black and Jewish people. It went viral. It cost the principal his job, but only temporarily. Maybe instead of banning TikTok, they need to ban AI.
Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Donate your car and help veterans and their families. Yes, one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program and we'll come and remove your car for free. And you get a tax deduction. Operators are standing by. Here's the number.
800-880-5013. That's 800-880-5013.
You've been listening to UNN Urban Network News. For more national news and information for and about people of color, visit our website at myunn.net. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube TV channel, UITVN, Urban Internet TV News.
All right. I think I got this thing working now where you can hear me. Hopefully, I'll tell you. I don't know why it cut my microphone off. Maybe it's just my computer got tired of me saying things. But hey, you're here with KUAW Radio on the BFTAA and More show. I am your host, Louis George Walker, and I'm coming to you live from a remote location. Yes, I'm not down in the studio today, but we're playing around with it just the same. Had some things I needed to catch up with. Got them done, and now I'm able to come into you live. But you're listening to us here on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, and Twitch. We also are available with our audio-only side. If you have a Bluetooth connection in your car, you can listen to us in your car as you drive around town. All you have to do is go to the TuneIn app, Get Me Radio, Online Radio Box, mytuner.com, or Radio Garden. So if you go to any of those sites, you just search KUAW Radio, pop us up, we'll start playing. We'll come over your car speakers just like your regular FM radio does. So get that Bluetooth working and pick us up. Also, if you have a smart speaker like an Amazon speaker or Google, tell it to play KUAW. If it's smart enough to do everything else, it can find KUAW Radio, I bet you. And you can hear us on that also. So we're just coming to you a lot of different ways. You can pick us up on Roku, on Fire Stick, Amazon. We're all over the internet. KUAW Radio, and we're so glad that you are with us today. Yes, we have a few things to talk about. Some good news coming out of Detroit that I want to get to that's really good today. And I also want to talk to you about an event that we have coming up. I'm going to try and get an image of it to put up on the screen that we're going to be doing in a couple of weeks, the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. So we're going to just get you a lot of those different little pieces of information so you can check it out, see what we've got going on here at BFTAA and more. I was trying to see if I had room to put in this other background picture I've got. and I'll probably have to add it with another source, but that's okay. We like playing around with the computers a little bit. It's always fun. I like learning and digging into it to see what all I can get done on it. One of the things that we're about with the Black Family Technology Awareness Association, which we're located at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, 4510 East Linwood Boulevard in Kansas City, Missouri. Yes. You can stop by when we're in the studio, or you can give us a call, and you can attend the many different events. They're doing some financial literacy that's happening on Saturdays. I'm going to find that flyer and put it up on the screen. I know you guys are saying, why come you didn't find that earlier? That's all right. You do you and I do me. We'll get it together here and stuff. But there's things going on in Kansas City, and one of the things we want to let you know about from around the world is we generally try to give you information that is about technology, but we also have some community information. First, we start off with the things that are going on at NASA. NASA has a program this week at NASA, and we're going to go to it right now and show you what's been going on this week at NASA.
Pre-launch activities for our next commercial crew flight test, celebrating our home planet for Earth Day, and conducting high-flying science during the recent solar eclipse. A few of the stories to tell you about this week at NASA. On April 25th, NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams arrived at our Kennedy Space Center, where final preparations are underway for NASA's Boeing crew flight test to the International Space Station. They will be the first astronauts to launch aboard Boeing's Starliner spacecraft to the space station. Teams recently moved the Starliner from Kennedy to nearby Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in preparation for launch. Liftoff is scheduled for no earlier than Monday, May 6th. For Earth Day, we invited people around the world to take selfies and share them on social media as part of our global selfie event. Our worldwide celebration of Earth Day also included online resources at nasa.gov/Earth Day. NASA studies our home planet more than any other. We operate 26 missions in orbit to observe our oceans, land, ice, and atmosphere, and measure how a change in one drives change in the others. A team from our Langley Research Center was in Fort Drum, New York during the April 8th total solar eclipse with a specially modified Alta-X uncrewed aircraft system, or UAS. The aircraft was used to study changes in the sun's radiation during the solar event. The UAS also collects data on temperature, relative humidity, pressure, and wind, so it is also being tested as an alternative to using traditional weather balloons, which are typically not recovered once they are released. NASA has confirmed its Dragonfly rotocraft mission to Saturn's organic-rich moon, Titan. The rotocraft, targeted to arrive at Titan in 2034, will fly to dozens of promising locations on the moon looking for prebiotic chemical processes common on both Titan and early Earth before life developed here. Dragonfly marks the first time NASA will fly a vehicle for science on another planetary body. That's what's up this week at NASA. For more about what else we're up to, check out nasa.gov.
All right. So that's what's going on this week at NASA. And it's always interesting to see the different things that they are doing up there. It's just kind of like, okay, wow, this is amazing. But it was interesting that they're going to be sending a drone or robot to a moon on Saturn to fly around, and they're looking for organic matter, but they're also checking to see what's there as far as, if your land, is there minerals and things that we can use back here on Earth. Saturn is so big and its gravitational pull is so strong that it'd be hard for us to walk around or for man to go there. But the moons of Saturn, which are farther away and are smaller, don't have that same gravitational force, so we could go and land on Saturn's moons and actually be able to treat it like another planet or like our moon as far as seeing what's there. So it's good to see that they're doing some deeper into space, and we're really still talking within our solar system. We haven't talked about getting outside of our solar system yet. Well, they've had some Voyagers and things that are flying farther than the solar system, went past Pluto, and still have been going. So we're just doing a lot of good space exploration, and that's exciting for the country, and it's good for not just our country, for mankind in general, that we grow and we explore. My thoughts are that we go to other planets, that we explore the heavens in all sense, that we don't have to be tied to Earth. Why not? Why not go to some of the other planets or see what's out there? If we stayed in one spot, we wouldn't be around the globe now. Mankind has always moved and moved to different places, different islands, different things. So you can look at space or the moon or places like that just as new islands to go to. So I think it's pretty good that we're doing those explorations, that we're going those places, and your young people, our students, our girls and boys, need to be getting involved in STEM. Not that everybody does, but those that have an inclination, that like space, that like exploring, or that like engineering and mathematics, or medicine. Just you don't have to be in one field, but think about the opportunities that are out there. If you get an advanced degree, that you can be working on the next space shuttle or the next space station that is out there. So these are things that we need to be getting our young people encouraged to do, to look at, and to work on. Because I think it's just a great thing, it's such a great time to be alive right now, and so much is happening. Even though we have a lot of troubles and bad things happening also, there are a lot of good things going on around the world right now, and it's just great. It's just great. So we know it is getting close to graduation time. It's also prom time. I had one of the young ladies that's in our robotics program, or she comes with her sisters really, but she's going to prom, and boy, I tell you, she was all fixed up and ready to go, and it's something to see these young people as they get ready for prom, as they start to look more adult. They're maturing. They're ready to get out into the world. So all you seniors out there, congratulations on doing the work that you've done over the last 12 years. If you're getting your diploma and getting ready to go out into another phase in life, congratulations. We like to take our hats off. If you have a child that is graduating and you want to send us some information on so we can recognize them, we really would appreciate it. We love to see what these young people are doing, how they're growing, how they're stretching themselves. It's just always a nice thing to see. I have a young lady that was on our robotics team, Jennifer. I've got to shout her out. She's in the Center School District, and she informed me that she's on a rocket team now, and the rocket team has earned a trip to Washington, D.C. for the national championships. So Center High School has a rocketry team that has qualified to go to nationals in Washington, D.C., and if they win there, they get to go to internationals for rocketry. That's the type of thing that we want to salute our young people about. Now, we don't hear about that. Where have you heard that we have teams of kids that are learning rocketry or qualifying to go to a national rocketry event? We can hear about violence, we can hear about other things going on, but we need to have some news that tells us some of the great things, because otherwise you're looking at the picture from only one angle, one side. There's so many people that have that impression that our young people aren't doing anything but getting in trouble and causing trouble, or not paying attention in school and not learning. But do we see the ones? Do you know how many robotics teams are in the different schools around the city? How many math teams, debate clubs, all of that our young people are involved in, and they're competing with their minds, with their bodies, with everything they have to do better. We need to support them. We need to hold them up more so than we need to show all the bad things that are going on. You know, if you see nothing but bad, if you watch too much of the news where it's all just turmoil and things going, you'll get the wrong impression of the world, of the United States, of people. So, you know, open your eyes, get out, see a few more things, check out different sources of information. Don't watch the same news all the time. Don't read the same paper all the time. You know, get some other information because there's a lot of good going on out there that we a lot of times are oblivious to. Because the news people, it doesn't sell papers. It doesn't sell advertising space to talk about the good. But if you talk about the shootings, if you talk about the muggings, if you talk about all of that type of stuff, then, oh boy, people want to tune into it. They want to find out about it. But when we talk about the good thing, that gets boring. You know, so you know, hats off to all our graduates that are really doing something, really moving forward. We want to go a little bit more into what's going on at NASA, which is the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, with their other program that we run every week. It's called Space to Ground. So let's check out NASA right now with Space to Ground. Get this queued up for you. Just a minute. We got it here. Hang on. There we go.
Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm Shaniqua Vereen. We have a busy few weeks on station and on the ground as we prepare for science to return to Earth, a port relocation, and a new crew to launch to the International Space Station. On Thursday, two Roscosmos cosmonauts, Oleg Kononenko and Nikolai Chub, ventured outside the station's Poise airlock for the 270th spacewalk in support of space station maintenance, upgrades, and assembly. The duo completed the deployment of one panel on a synthetic radar system on the Naoka module and installed equipment and experiments on the Poise module to analyze the level of corrosion on station surfaces and modules. A SpaceX Dragon cargo spacecraft is scheduled to depart the station soon, bringing home some much-anticipated science experiments. One of these experiments has been exposed to the harsh space environment for the past 6 months. The Materials International Space Station Experiment 18 NASA continues the series that tests how exposure to space affects performance and durability of materials. Missy 18 NASA includes insulation materials that could be used on the Gateway or lunar surface, and a coating that could help prevent salt corrosion influenced by conditions at Cape Canaveral before launch. Another study called Immune Cell Activation seeks to understand whether microgravity influences the uptake of magnetic nanoparticles into immune and melanoma cells. Sponsored by ESA, this experiment uses modified immune cells that are intended to carry therapeutic agents to specifically target cells. The objective of this experiment is to design personalized cells that can target and kill diseased immune cells. And lastly, following the departure of the Dragon cargo spacecraft, Crew 8 will suit up to relocate their Dragon Endeavour spacecraft from the forward port of the Harmony module to the space-facing port to make room for the docking of Starliner as part of NASA's Boeing crew flight test. For all of the latest news on activities aboard the space station, be sure to check out logs.nasa.gov/space station. And that's Space to Ground for this week. Thank you for watching.
All right. That was Space to Ground.
Welcome to Space to Ground. I'm Nicholas Page. This week, we take a look at
where
NASA's
to go?
eco-stress investigation. Expedition 71 crew members are participating in an experiment where they keep a close eye on each other, and we look ahead to the launch of the test flight. Researchers are using NASA's Ecosystem Spaceborne Thermal Radiometer experiment on the International Space Station, or EcoStress, to accurately measure the temperature of plants on Earth. Data taken by EcoStress through infrared measurements of the Earth's surface throughout daylight cycles can help answer some key questions about water stress in plants and how selected regions may respond to climate change. Researchers have found that photosynthesis in plants begins to fail at 46.7 degrees Celsius or 114 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, there we go. man, it takes a little bit to get those out once they get started and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot going on Space to Ground. We're glad that you were able to pick that up. We did hear about what's going on in Haiti, that they have a interim government that's getting started right now, but I don't know if there's high hopes for things to settle down in Haiti, because the gangs are still pretty much in charge. And we say gangs, but I don't know exactly if that's the right word, because they're being supported, they're being not controlled, but armed and funded. And a lot of that is through powerful companies and people on the island of Haiti and not on the island of Haiti. So a lot of times when they say it's the gangs and stuff, it's like, where are they getting their financing from? Where are they getting the money to pay people and to do what they did to get this big? And a lot of times in these small islands and countries, it's sometimes the people with the deep pockets that have other agendas that you don't even know about that step in. So I think if we look deep into what's going on in Haiti, we'll find that there's some other forces behind, and not just the gangs that we want to say, well, it's just gangs that's out there doing it. It might not be as simple. We like the simple answers. We're always kind of gravitating toward them. But it's not always as simple as it may seem from the outside when things are happening. So we'll keep an eye on it, and I hope they do get settled down, though, because it's a island nation which was one of the first in the Americas to throw off the chains of slavery. Not only did they get rid of slavery, but they did it themselves. They had a revolution on the island and took over the island, took the island back, and defeated the French at the time. So even though they got bad deals and had to deal with the United States and other countries that didn't want to see a free black African nation, Haiti has survived. So we have to say that we want to see Haiti raised back up to its glory, because they led the way in shaking off the shackles of slavery in the Americas. So, our hearts go out to Haiti and what's going on there now, and hoping that it can become what it once was in the eyes of the Haitians. Okay, what I've got up here now is what's going to be going on May the 11th. The Black Family Technology Awareness Association is once again taking part in a program called Remake Learning Days. You see the flyer up here. Remake Learning Days is sort of like a maker's showcase that's spread out all over the city. If you ever went to the Maker Fair that was at Union Station, and they did that for 4 or 5 years, the Maker Fair had all the different makers and people making things, from technology to woodworking to clothes to you name it. That was the Maker Fair. Well, now there's a program called Remake Learning Days. And Remake Learning Days is mainly for youth, but it's about showing all the different ways that you can be learning and doing things. So our program, which the Black Family Technology Awareness Association does, is we do robots. So we're going to do robots and drones. Yes, robots and drones are coming. The BFT Robots and Drones Here We Come is going to be happening May the 11th at the W.E.B. Du Bois Learning Center, 4510 East Linwood Boulevard. We'll be there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There'll be robotic demonstrations. Our young people that have been building and working on robots will show what they've done. We give awards to all of our students that have been there throughout the year. We're also going to have food. We'll have free food and drinks. We have hot dogs and pop and potato chips, cookies, all of that for the kids. And they'll get to see, and some will even get to fly a drone themselves. We have drone demonstrations, and we have a caged-in area that we can even let the kids that don't understand or know fly the drone themselves outside. So we're going to be outside on the west side of the building in the parking lot area or in that space to the side of the building at 4510 East Linwood Boulevard, and we want you to come and join and enjoy the fun of the Remake Learning Days in Kansas City. This is May the 11th. It's on a Saturday. We'll start at 10 and we'll go to 2. We got 4 hours that will be out there. There are going to be other Remake Learning Days events going on throughout the city. And a lot of them are free. Some are not open to the public, but a lot of them are open to the public. And you can find out more by going to the remakelearningdays.org. If you see it down there on the screen, remakelearningdays.org/Kansas City. And there's a map with everything that's going on and all the dates that are going on. There's an interactive map. Go to remakelearningdays.org/Kansas City. And you can see what's going on in the Kansas City area. And there's things going on in Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, Overland Park, Johnson County, Wyandotte County, Clay County. There's a lot of events that are going on around. There's over 160, I believe, events that they said are going to be happening. So we want you to come out and enjoy ours, but also stop by any of the other ones. This is being done by the Kansas City STEM Alliance and the DeBruce Foundation. They've been doing this. They give out a small grant to help you with the program. So that's what's going to be going on. Remake Learning Days in Kansas City, and that will be happening for us May the 11th. Throughout Kansas City, it's going to go on from May 1st through May 16th. And some events are happening even a little before then. I think there's some happening this, or may have already happened this weekend or today. Some schools are doing their events. But check out Remake Learning Days. They had a event last Thursday, an open house or a meet and greet or whatever you want to call it. We got together with a lot of other people that are into this type of thing. And we met at the Idea Center. There's an Idea Center at 12220 State Line in Leawood, Kansas. And it's for kids. I think it's run by the Barstow School, so it's mainly for the Barstow students, but they invite other students, other schools. What's going on there? To get involved in it. Okay, I tell you now, I got an echo. Didn't have that. Man, I tell you, this computer is doing different things today. Okay, so I hope you can hear me without the echo. Man, let's see, I got everything turned off. There. Nope, that wasn't it. I tell you, today has been a fun day for different things happening at the center now. I tell you, this is really strange. Hello? Little bit of echo there. Don't know where that's coming from. I'm glad I waited till we're down to 10 minutes in here. So we're just so glad that you're able to join us today. And even with the little bit of echoing that's going on, we've been able to do a little bit of things here that are going pretty good. So we're just glad that you're here with us and that we're able to enjoy what is going on. All right. So we're going to continue to go through a little bit more of what we have for you today. We're going to be doing a little bit of team building and getting together. The BFTAA staff is going out to the Royals game on May the 17th. So we'll be going out there as a group to enjoy ourselves and try to make a good day or day after, the week after we have this Remake Learning Days. So as a little bit of rest and relaxation, we're going to go out and enjoy the Royals. And the Royals are doing pretty good this year. They've been playing a lot better baseball than they did last year. So that's going to be a fun time for everybody to get out and to enjoy. So we'll be going out to that on May the 17th. So those are some of the things that happened. Oh, and we got a new show that's going to be coming, or a new organization bringing information to Kansas City that's going to be starting May the 19th. So we'll be doing some new work. We also are working with doing some promotional work for, it's an acting group, and they've been doing some acting. If you watch KUAW, we're going to be starting to promote some of that we recorded just this week that we'll be getting out there. So Uncle Carter, that's the name of it. So Uncle Carter will be coming at you, and he's already on the on YouTube and stuff. But we're actually doing some clips from Uncle Carter's show. So we want you to check us out. KUAW is always looking to grow and to expand, just like the Black Family Technology Awareness Association. We're doing more and more as we can, keeping ourselves busy and just trying to be of service to those in the city, in the urban core in particular, but throughout the whole area. So we're glad that you were able to come and join with us today. Hope you enjoyed some of the things that we've been able to bring to you. We really want to see you at our Remake Learning Days event on May the 11th. And there's one last story that I want to get out to you, because we have some things going on in Kansas City where they're kind of not fighting, but there's been a lot of problems with our valuation, property taxes and stuff. But, in the urban core, building up that wealth has been a hard thing, and a lot of it has to do with home ownership. A lot of times in our neighborhoods, we were redlined, insurance was higher, coverage was worse, that there was a systematic way of taking money out of the urban core, and particularly out of some of the people of color's neighborhoods, that didn't allow them to develop and to reinvest and to grow. But Detroit, Michigan, which has been a place that's been hard hit with the auto industry going down and some of the other problems of Detroit, I saw an article in Afrotech that was done by Ngozi Nwanji, and this was out April the 22nd. And it says, Black homeowners in Detroit, Michigan have gained nearly $3 billion in home value, this report says. So they've gained $3 billion, and that's not little money and stuff there. A new report has shown celebratory news for Detroit, Michigan. The growth of housing wealth in Detroit and its neighborhoods. From 2014 to 2022, a study by the University of Michigan's Poverty Solutions has been released showing that Black homeowners in Detroit have gained $2.8 billion in home value. So that was in a news release that just came out, $2.8 billion. So, getting wealth in the neighborhood. Beginning in 2014, the study was conducted, after Detroit's municipal bankruptcy. So in July 2013, Detroit became the largest U.S. city to file for bankruptcy. That's from the Associated Press. The news release details that the study had a goal of finding out if the city's housing values had seen growth across those 9 years, and if these improvements had been fairly distributed across Detroit neighborhoods and racial and ethnic groups. So with a 94% overall increase in home value and 80% increase for Black homeowners specifically, since the study started, Detroit Mayor Mike Dugan credits residents, that's the people that live in the community, for stabilizing neighborhoods, and city employees working to improve neighborhoods as key factors behind this new milestone. What's more, the study notes, that the significant decrease in tax foreclosures in Detroit has also led to an increase in wealth. So there's been a big decrease in people losing their homes because they couldn't pay taxes, and an increase in home value in wealth. So for the past 9 years, the active members of 600 organized block clubs and neighborhood associations in the city have been working to rebuild their neighborhoods, Dugan shared. The $3 billion in new home wealth they have created and earned is a direct result of their dedication and hard work. Ken Scott, the former president of the Greater Detroit Realtors Association, chimed in. There has been a huge shift for the better in Detroit's home values, driven largely by improvements being made in neighborhoods. So people working in their neighborhood. My fellow realtors and I have been seeing this shift for years. Black-owned homes are rising in value, and black families are gaining the most family wealth. And while home values have risen dramatically, there is a lot of growth yet to come. Detroit homes are beautiful and dollar for dollar still a great value. In addition to the $2.8 billion in new wealth, the study also showed that neighborhoods in Detroit with the lowest home values in 2014 made the highest jump with a 300% spike in 2022. So that's people really working. Moreover, in that same year, home sales saw an increase of 853%. So that's some good news coming out of Detroit. People are not losing their homes. They're taking care of their neighborhoods. They're building wealth back in. See, wealth isn't just made by one individual. Everybody in the neighborhood needs to work to improve, to get their houses together, to uplift the whole community. So they've got communities there that in a city that had filed for bankruptcy that are growing, that are, building wealth. Their home values are going up. And home values going up is telling you that people are finding it more desirable to live in those areas. They're not running from the area. They're becoming neighborhoods once again. So that's something that we have to look at, because here in Kansas City, we have areas of the city that do need to raise home values, not just tax values, but the sale of homes, the pricing of homes, that home ownership and people fixing up and staying in homes is a good thing for a community. So Detroit, our hats are off to you. $3 billion in home value. And black homeowners have made some of the most dramatic growths. They probably had some of the biggest losses early on, but they've made some of the most dramatic growth in bringing up home value. So we got our hats off to Detroit, the Motor City. Yes, it's cold up there, but it's also a place that a lot of people call home, and they're working to make it better. So that's good news to come out. And that's what we like to give you here at KUAW. We've got kids that have robot teams that are going to Washington, D.C., homes and home owners that are increasing their value and their wealth in a city. We need to hear about that. You need to talk about that. You need to share that. And this is in Afrotech. So get on your computers and go to Afrotech, AFROTECH.com, and see some of the money moves that people are making. This is just one story that I've found there, but there's a lot of things going on to say that there are people that are doing positive things in our community. There are African Americans, Hispanics, people from all walks of life that are really working and building things up in their neighborhoods, in their communities, just like these black homeowners have done in Detroit. So that's it for today. I'm glad that you joined us on the BFTAA and More Show. I'm your host, Louis George Walker. I'll be coming to you hopefully next week from the studio. But we're going to continue to move, continue to grow, and continue to do better. Keep working on your technology. Work on STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Get your children involved in it, and let's grow with the technology. Let's grow this city. Let's grow our communities. Let's just keep growing. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you again next week 5 o'clock to 5:45 at BFTAA and more. So that's it for me. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hey, how you like the new sign back here too, or back here? There it is, somewhere. Yeah, KUAW Radio, Kansas City's global community radio station. That stands for knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Have a great day.